So I'll speak in English because I'm not very comfortable in Hindi. I would like to begin with a very simple point. To take away education is to take away citizenship. And the kind of students we are creating today, what kind of students are these? These are the students who will not think about the man who has to clean the flesh from the under of the train when the train runs over somebody. These are the people who will not think about the people who died on the track while moving away from one state to another during COVID. These are the people who will look away from mass graves in Kashmir and also the bodies flowing from Ganga during COVID. Why are we creating such students? Particularly in social sciences where there is constant depoliticizing, and hey, we are very near to getting operated for a heart attack by an Ayurvedic doctor. So how are we getting to this point where scientific temperament is getting lost, where social sciences are under constant attack, and the tag of being Marxist? I was expelled from my university because I was part of Ijaz Ahmed Memorial Study Circle, which was a Marxist study circle. So, the ideologies that do not sit with the current government are usually taken away from the social spectrum and are marginalized, and there will be no conversation whatsoever about it. So, this government in particularly wants students who do not think, who do not want to engage with a section of the population which is marginalized, and who do not at any cost want to be part of any kind of protests. But what happens to these students who study in the private and public universities? They end up being gig workers. They are part of the actual contracts. They do not ever have a sustained job opportunity. So, railways, let us talk about railways now. Once upon a time, Indian Railways was functional. Today, it is not. General class has hundreds of people put together in a small, in a small queue, and in this very small queue, they travel from one place to another, and the trains are 12 hours late. So when transportation is not good, when a person cannot have access to knowledge because everything is available in English and there is no vernacular literature, there is no concentration on taking the education to the marginalized masses, and all the exams have to be written in English, who are being marginalized here and why are they being marginalized? Because at the end of the day, an Adivasi kid, a Dalit kid has to do manual scavenging, has to go and take the flesh out of the under of the train when train runs over somebody. Because this population, the marginalized population, has to continuously remain marginalized and has to do a job that their ancestors have done. This is sustaining of Varna system. This is removal of social mobility. And for this very reason, education is being taken away from people. So we need to ask ourselves one question. Should the manual scavenger's son turn out to be a manual scavenger? And the manual scavenging should never be turned into a mechanized automobile work, but rather remain the same. Why is this government ensuring that people do not have social mobility? Why is this government not creating jobs that are permanent and are not contractual? Also, why does this government not want anyone to have a public opinion? Why are student movements under constant attack? And also, very importantly, do we want to create a country where citizenship is given in such a manner that there are second class, third class, fourth class citizens, and The first class of the citizenship remains with the billionaires and millionaires and not with the regular population. So to attain the citizenship in its full form, we need free public education, we need education in vernacular languages, we need a government that can effectively carry forward public programs, public education, public hospitals, and deprivatization of education. So, the way forward is only for students to rise up, to reclaim the space. चलिए अगर पब्लिक एजुकेशन को जिंदा रखने के लिए जेल बनना है तो जेल भी बन देते हैं। थैंक यू।